Hey, friends and family. Uh, Welcome to Cancer. Yay. Uh, I realized I should probably do this because I need to say hi and thanks to everybody that's really been so supportive and sent all the love to me so far as this journey begins. In normal times, we'd be able to get together, most of us that are in the area, and get together and hang out and talk. But with coronavirus and everything, it's a little harder. Hopefully that situation will end soon and everything will open up again. But even if it does, it's not going to be the same for me as I go through this process because I'm going to be living with a compromised immune system. It already is, to be honest. So I think the best way for me to reach out to everybody and say thanks and just give you an update. A lot of people want to know kind of what's going on or what happened. I think this is the best way to communicate that for everyone. So I'm gonna give that a shot here, and I'll try to do updates from time to time, just to say hi and show you. Hopefully I don't look too different as it goes on, but I think you all know that may happen. Uh, so there's already been so many things that have happened in a really short time. I'll try to get you up to speed on that right now. Those of you that don't know what happened and are curious what the symptoms were and stuff. So this all really began right about when the shelter in place started in middle of March. I started to have back pain, and I didn't want to go to the doctor. It wasn't that bad at first, so I tried stretching a lot and everything that I've ever done with sore back or pulled muscles in the back in the past. Uh, Nothing worked. None of the usual tricks worked. And the worst part was trying to sleep. It did not like me laying down. I got punished for laying especially on my back, which usually is what makes a back injury feel better. Going for a walk has always been something that's been helpful with a sore back, but not this time. That made it feel worse. So something was different about this. So finally, the pain got bad enough that I went to see a doctor, an orthopedic surgeon, and he did an X-ray and he checked for nerve damage and everything checked out fine. So he prescribed me therapy to go strengthen my core. And I never did that because the coronavirus and everything, and also because I just was having a hard time believing that was the problem. Um, and then over just a few days after that, the pain started to spread to my lower abdomen and groin, and then I noticed this bulge on my neck. You can see, I don't know if the camera can let you see it, but this right here is a bulge, and I noticed it looking in the mirror, and it's hard like a muscle. But that popped up, and I noticed it's not on this side. And with all the other things going on, it kind of made me freaked out a little bit. So I went right back to that doctor again, and he ordered an MRI to see what that was. So that MRI, I had that done last Wednesday, and by the way, today is May 14th, Thursday. Not this week, but last Monday I had the MRI done, and luckily right now it's easy to get doctor appointments and schedule things like MRIs because of coronavirus. So I was able to move right along. I got the MRI done right away, and then I went the next day back to the doctor and had him look at that, and in between those days, I had another lump come up in my armpit, just right here, and that one was a little more obvious still, and that was a lot more concerning. Having these various different weird symptoms, I was starting to get a little concerned. So when I went back to the orthopedic doctor, he looked at the MRI, and he said it was swollen lymph nodes in my neck and in my armpit too, and he seemed pretty concerned, which made me pretty concerned. So he ordered a bunch more tests, blood tests, CT scan, and he referred me to an oncologist. And that was, this was getting to be the time where it was some of the worst fear of the unknown throughout this process. So I got right after it. I made the appointments for everything, and I pushed everybody to make the appointments as soon as possible. Told them I'll be there anytime that you have an appointment. So I was able to get the CT scan done like the next day, and then Friday I had the appointment with the oncologist to analyze the CT and the blood and all the other stuff. So that was last Friday, May the 8th, and that was when I was told that this is definitely lymphoma, and that's swollen lymph nodes. It's a form of cancer. So I quizzed the doctor and asked her, are you sure this couldn't be something else? Because she said there's more tests that need to be run. I asked, I'm going to have to go tell my family, my friends, my coworkers, my boss, that I have cancer and we're going on this journey. And she said, yes, without a doubt. So, even still, almost a week later, it's all kind of unreal, but it's real. So the doctor also went over how we're going to treat this and what I need to be prepared for, and that is 6 chemotherapy cycles. Each one of those cycles is 3 weeks, so a total of 18 weeks, which is 4.5 months of fun coming up. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a great summer. Doctor also said this is a really treatable form of cancer, lymphoma, with a cure rate of about 80%. She said that my blood work looked encouraging, and it looked like my bone marrow had not been involved in this, which is great. It's always a good day when you can be told that your bone marrow doesn't have cancer in it. So hey, we'll take it. So the next part of the work that needs to be done is to get a biopsy done and pathology work to determine exactly what version of this that I have, and then that's going to determine exactly what the treatment is going to be. And the process of getting that biopsy set up, because it is surgery, has required a bunch of appointments that I've been going through this week. And we won't get that done until next Friday, the 22nd. After that, they can get the pathology done pretty quickly, and like a few days, and hopefully diagnose, assuming it's a straightforward diagnosis, and then get on with the chemotherapy right after that. I found out the other day that the pathologist at John Muir Hospital that handles these types of cases is actually one of my neighbors. So small world, and he's already provided me with some really good information. It's been really helpful. And I also found, through my network, a couple of my friends who have beat cancer in the last couple of years. Both went to the same oncology office that I was referred to through John Muir, and they were both really satisfied with everything there. So that gives me a lot of confidence that I'm in the right place. So here we go. We're on the journey now. So like I said, next Friday I'll have that biopsy. That's kind of the next big step. And that's a full anesthesia surgery process, but it's an outpatient surgery. That'll be at John Muir also. After that, a few days later, we'll get the diagnosis and into the chemo, probably before the end of this month. But if there's any uncertainty with the pathology or the diagnosis, I'm going to insist on a second opinion, possibly even a third opinion. I've got a couple doctors, friends and family who have already been advising me on this, and they've been really satisfied with the answers that all the doctors have been giving me so far. So that makes me comfortable, along with all the other feedback I've got has been nothing but positive. So if it's a really straightforward diagnosis and none of the doctors have any doubts about what we're dealing with, then I probably won't waste my time with second opinions, and because I'm really wanting to get on with this. I want to get it started, so it'll be over sooner. So that's really that's the summary of what's happened in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. This went from a back problem last Monday to cancer on Friday. And sometimes I'm not even sure if this is real, but it is real, and we're about to take a journey. So during all of this, I finally figured out how to get more comfortable with the pain that I've had. I've learned that if I sleep in a kind of upright position, I can get comfortable and my back doesn't hurt, and I can sleep good, and I feel like 1,000% better all day long. And I've also learned that there's a lot of things I can't do that I normally do. I can't go for walks. I can't run. I can't take the dog for a walk. Can't be on my feet for very long. I can't play can't play soccer with the kids, which is something I used to do a lot. So if I avoid those things, I'm not really in all that much pain now. It's really manageable, and I can get by usually without even taking any Advil or anything. So that's been better. I actually have been feeling better lately. And also, in case you're wondering, the reason for the back pain is that there's a really enlarged lymph node in my back, and that was the first one to get enlarged. And there's a few of them. I don't know how many that are enlarged, and they put pressure in different things and make the pain. Those are not tumors, but they are a form of cancer. When your own internal organs are misbehaving, that's what's going on here. So when I got the word on that, I didn't hold back on telling people about it. I don't really consider it a secret. We're gonna do this, and the love and support just came pouring in like right away. It's amazing. I can't thank everybody enough. You guys you've been great, and it's kind of overwhelming, really. Like I said, I'm not even sure if this is real sometimes, but it is, and I feel weird about the amount of attention, especially because I don't really feel sick. That's definitely coming, but so far I've been able to work around this and manage it pretty good, and I've learned what not to do. So if you were to see me, you'd be like, what's wrong with you? You're fine. And I've been staying really busy. My mind is just racing now that I finally know what's going on, which is a big relief, by the way. I've been really busy just preparing for the possibility that I'll be pretty useless for a while over the next few months, and now, even though I'm comfortable sleeping, sometimes I have trouble sleeping because my mind is just spinning, making lists and thinking of things that I need to take care of. I told somebody that it's like finding out that you're pregnant and that you're going to have the baby in 2 weeks, only with a little less joy. Uh, just a little less. Uh, so I've been busy trying to get household projects done. I'm still working, trying to wrap up loose ends over there too, and I'll work right up till the last day. Um, and because everybody wants to help me right now, they're all offering anything I can do, and I'm taking them up on that, and putting a few people to work, and it's been great. You know who you are. Thanks a ton for your help. And because we got to be extra careful about social distancing right now. So there's a limit to how much help I can bring in. The coronavirus just makes everything like twice as hard. When you've got a compromised immune system, you've got to be even more careful. And the doctor told me I should consider myself already compromised because this is my immune system that's messed up right now. So got to be careful. It's too bad for the coronavirus because otherwise I could take advantage of all this help and maybe remodel the house or something. But can't do that. And then because my immune system's compromised and combined with the coronavirus, the whole thing's going to be especially boring for the kids this summer. They've handled all the shelter in place and homeschooling really well so far. And thankfully they've got each other to play with and to fight with. And there's lots of both going on, but they're really bonding and they're adjusted pretty well. But they don't really understand what's coming. I don't know if any of us do. Speaking of the kids, any parent that has to watch their child go through and fight a terrible disease like this or an injury, they all say the same thing, that they wish that it could be them instead of the kid going through this. And seeing my kids happy makes me realize like that I was granted that wish, and I really when I see them happy and they're fighting and they're making too much noise, it makes me feel good that it's me that's going to deal with this and not them. I'll take it and leave them alone. It's great. We believe in God in our house, and we believe that things happen for a reason, and even if those reasons are hard to comprehend sometimes. I don't consider myself a good Christian. I don't go to church very much, and I don't try to convert anyone, and I could be better in just about every way. This is gonna be kind of a reset for me, and I'm gonna probably have a lot of time to reflect and plan on how I can be a better person, coming out of this. So lastly, I want to share the biggest example of overwhelming support that I've had so far. It came from my mountain biking buddies. I was thinking about getting an indoor bike trainer so I could get some exercise while I'm recovering and not have to leave the house to ride. And there's some really cool stuff available these days. Virtual reality stuff. It's awesome, but it's expensive, and I didn't want to spend the money because I don't know how much I'm going to be able to use it. But these guys, they wanted to help, and they wanted me to have something really, really great, and so they all chipped in, and they bought me a top of the line Wahoo trainer with all the bells and whistles, and even guys that I barely know or I only rode with like maybe one time chipped in. Um, it's amazing. I can't believe it. So shout out to the Briones Patrol. You guys arranged that. You guys are the best. Even though you're just a bunch of over the hill beer drinking washouts, and you still find a way to shred the downhill trails faster than the kids can. You guys are actually a family. And the story gets better when the guys went to Frame Up Bikes in Pleasant Hill to buy the trainer. The guys, the owners of Frame Up, they wanted to help too, so they sold it at cost. And then when Frame Up called to order the thing, the manufacturer, Wahoo, they wanted to help, and so they sold the thing to the shop at an even deeper discount. So it's just hard to believe the kindness of some people. There's just, it's really kind of overwhelming. So big shout outs to Frame Up Bikes and Wahoo Fitness. If anybody needs anything that they sell, please support the supporters. Yeah, I'm really blown away by that. I don't feel worthy. So finally, just to everyone, if you're still watching this, I can't thank you enough for the massive amount of love and support that you've sent to me. It's overwhelming, and it does motivate me to to already start working hard, taking care, preparing my body, eating right, doing what exercises that I can, and just getting ready for battle. So thank you a million times. I'll keep you guys posted. I think we'll try to do more of these so we can keep track of the process and document this really great fun summer that I'm gonna have. And this is just the beginning of this party, so more to come. Thank you.